Now when you think Hong Kong action, your mind probably goes right to the works of the likes of Jackie Chan, Bruce Lee, or even Jet Li's 2004 PS2 game, Rise to Honor. However, if you're a movie buff in the slightest, you've probably heard of the legendary Hong Kong action movie producer, Jon Woo. In 1992, Woo released Hard Boiled, starring Chow Yun-fat as Inspector Tequila, one of the most outright badass cops to ever live. If I can say anything about Hard Boiled, is that you should watch it, especially if you're a Max Payne fan, since the movie directly inspired the first game in the Payne trilogy. Fast forward to 2007, and Jon Woo collaborates with Midway Games to release a direct sequel to Hard Boiled, a whopping 15 years later in the form of Stranglehold, the video game.
I told you not to go in alone.
I didn't. Brought my true friends.
Now let's start off with the story. Being one of the weaker aspects of the game, I'm going to make this short, because frankly, that's what the story is, short and lackluster. The game takes place mainly in Hong Kong, where a fellow police officer has gone missing. The police department is told that he's being held for ransom, and to send a single officer to come and claim him. So naturally, the force sends in Officer Tequila to wipe the goddamn floor with them. Unfortunately for Officer Tequila, it's a trap, and he's attacked by a group of triads, and then finds a photo of the officer's dead body. This leads Tequila down a rabbit hole of Chinese crime families like the Dragon Claw and the Golden King Triad. You also encounter the Russian mob later in the game, because what's a video game about guns and killing people without a few Russians thrown into the mix?
You call that hell?
It is just warming up.
The main plot ends up revealing itself later in the game. Tequila was secretly dating the daughter of the leader of the Dragonclaw gang, Mr. Wong. Her and Tequila end up having a child, and when Mr. Wong finds out, well, he fucks Tequila's shit up. The game then fast forwards 18 years into the future, and Tequila comes back face to face with the Dragonclaw gang when he's told that his past love and daughter have been kidnapped. You then spend the rest of the game shooting your way through low-life crime families and degenerates trying to get your family back. Without spoiling anything, I will say that the whole family situation falling apart gave me serious Max Payne vibes.
Who told you to stop playing?
Now gameplay-wise is where the game truly shines. Imagine Max Payne, but turned up to 11. Inspector Tequila is quick on his feet and is a straight god when it comes to gunplay. Stranglehold uses a form of bullet time which the game calls Tequila time, because, well, of course it does. Inspector Tequila also comes with his own special moves, such as the infamous shoot dodge, this cool new, focus move, and a sort of berserk mode, similar to Trevor's in GTA 5 where he takes no damage while being enraged, and a spin move where Tequila 360s over and over, shooting everything around him. The overall feel of the guns can be pretty underwhelming, as most of them feel super underpowered. Something like a Deagle or a pump-action shotgun feels like it has the impact of a 22. Tequila himself, however, feels quite clunky and a little bit heavy at times, which typically you don't want in a shooter where you're diving through the air constantly. The game also has some environmental kills added in, which makes for some pretty hectic slow motion sequences. But they all seem a little too generic and cookie cutter, for a lack of a better term. These environmental kills are conveniently placed exactly where you'd expect them to be, but if you don't get the timing right, they won't work properly. And most of the time, the timing is so bad that the animations just look kinda janky. One feature that I really appreciate in games is bonus features. Most new games lack this, however it is present in older games like we saw in Manhunt and again here in Stranglehold. The extras include cut content, character art, and environment art that can be purchased using the in-game currency. Not to worry though, these are no microtransactions. Once you complete the game, you're given enough coins to purchase all the extras. It's not a huge deal, but it's a welcome addition and gives us more insight into the world of Inspector Tequila and Hong Kong as a whole. Now I'm not going to sit here and tell you that Stranglehold is the best game ever, because it really isn't, but I definitely think it's underappreciated. It's really worth checking out. I'd say it's a solid 7 out of 10, it's got good gameplay, story is a bit lacking, but if you're a Max Payne fan, or even like The Matrix or Hong Kong action as a whole, I'd say definitely check it out. It's pretty hard to find a copy nowadays, however I was able to find it for digital download on GOG. And with that, I'd like to wrap it up. I appreciate all the support on the channel recently. Make sure to like and subscribe and look out for future videos. I do have a collaboration video coming up where we're going to be having a special guest come onto the channel to give his insight on a pretty controversial game which tends to get a lot of hate, and we're going to see his side. On a final note, and kind of a little secret, there was even a sequel to Stranglehold in the works called Gunrunner. It looked pretty impressive and even included fully destructible environments. However, it was quickly scrapped when Midway Games met its financial demise.
Tequila? The way I like it.
You're the only one who does.